can't see you, Allie.
I'm sorry.
Besides that,
That's all right.
I'm sinking.
it's okay. We saw a hand. I know you're alive.
You're there.
Hi, Allie.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Shannon. Shannon, how are you?
I am doing fabulous for the first time
Ooh.
in a long time.
Ooh.
I'm exhausted because I did somehow accidentally spend 9.5 hours at the American Dream Mall.
Approximately
Yeah.
9 hours too many to be there.
It
That's
was
a lot of time.
It was good. But the reason why I'm so excited, I don't know, for anyone who's been there, they have these ridiculous little stuffed animal scooters that you could like ride around. They're designed for toddlers. I don't have a toddler.
Wait,
But
just
this
like a
one.
scooter you can drive around the whole mall?
Yes, they
Yes.
let you drive these things anywhere. They're so dangerous.
Oh,
People
that's
run.
so weird. I've never been there.
It's so bad.
Really?
No, I never went.
People run little old ladies over with these. Trust me.
Oh, no. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what I mean, like, they are as dangerous as they look. So this
As a stuffed animal. As dangerous as a stuffed animal.
yeah. So this
On
weekend
wheels.
I had the chance. I was going to make a joke. I acquired a toddler. No,
That's
I got to treat
frightening.
my niece to a fun day at the mall.
Oh, yeah. You have a niece, don't you? You do.
And it was the perfect excuse. I told my sister, I'm like, this is what we're doing. This is why we came to the mall. So I could do this animal scooter thing with your daughter.
Yeah, because it's weird
Aw.
if you do it alone.
Yes, you have to do it with a child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And oh my God, they're terrifying. They look like, oh, if you got hit by one, you're like, fine. They don't stop on
No.
command.
No,
And they go quite fast.
they can break bones. I
Oh.
have seen it happen.
Oh.
My point was, it just felt like so I didn't have as much control as I thought I did. And I feel like that's what's going to happen during this upcoming Devil season.
Oh, no.
Because
Sheldon Keefe is driving a little animal scooter.
Wait, I have a question. What animal was it?
we picked a pink unicorn.
Oh.
We were all surprised. We were like, because she has her favorite stuffed animals. This is
Mhm.
not one, nothing she owns. And she's like,
Interesting.
that one, the one with the horn. I was like, got it.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can really spear the enemies.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
So we're going to be a pink unicorn this season.
Barreling
Question
down
mark?
the mall
Yes.
with no control.
Yeah. Sheldon Keefe driving.
spoiler alert, Allie and I were able to go to the first preseason game.
Hell yeah.
And you know what? It did feel a little bit like being a toddler on a fluffy pink motorized unicorn.
Yeah.
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 Did it?
If you think in
you-
nebulous and disconnected ways, which we here do.
Yep. That's why this is Hot Girls Hockey. Born in Jersey. Our weekly opinions on the Devils. There's no facts here because we analyze by vibes. All right, Allie. Bring us into our first red carpet report of this season. Heck yeah. What's going on? There's a lot of pictures. The first one, why did I even scroll down? Why?
I mean,
I didn't look at these ahead of time. I don't know why I was expecting it to be anyone else. It looks like he dyed his hair. Okay, let's get into it.
it does look lighter, yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe it's just the sun, like summer
it
sun.
could be.
probably is.
Yeah.
Are you guys sick of seeing pictures of Nico Hischier yet?
Not yet.
Give me
It's
like,
early.
yeah, a week or two.
Oh. I'm waiting for my veto for like later on in the season, I think. We got to be strategic about how we use these, though. Like, I don't know.
Yes.
Maybe it will be beneficial to do them back to back. That could be dramatic. Or we could spread them out. I don't know.
I just realized I messed up this red carpet report for
Did you?
reason.
What?
Whatever. We're gonna keep going. Okay.
In
Um,
what way? Wait, what?
What?
I forgot to find a room for most improvement.
Oh,
That's because they're all bringing it. You're telling me the last one's not room for most improvement?
no, that box. That's
We can
good.
debate about. Okay, let's get into the top. So
Let's do it.
I think a new season is about new beginnings and
Yeah.
change. And something that I have come to accept about myself is that I can no longer make fun of Nico for the fuck ass white sneakers.
Really?
Because my white sneakers are objectively worse than his.
Oh,
They are
shit.
not visible in this room right now, Shannon, because I hid them where you couldn't see them because I think you would be worried
They're
if you
worse.
saw.
Oh my God.
They're really dirty.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah. So you can no longer give him any demerits for those shoes.
I can't. And we also from our local sneakerhead and producer, we found out which sneakers he's wearing. In case you were curious, I already forgot.
I don't know anything about
I have to
shoes.
read this directly because I'm not a sneaker person.
This is very funny
Okay.
because I had no idea this conversation was going on, and the producer was like, I don't know why, but Allie's texting me about sneakers. I was like, because you know.
Was he texting
Every
you
source.
like at the same time I was texting him on the side?
Nope. He waited till I got home. I
love
was
it.
surprised.
Okay. Yeah. So I sent him a screenshot of Nico's sneakers, and I was like, what brand are these sneakers? And he Googled for me. It is Axel Arigato Genesis Vintage Runner. That sounds like a fake ass sneaker, by the way.
Yes, it does, but it was an expensive, slightly normal priced.
Considering the fact that, to my knowledge, Axel Arigato sneakers are made out of actual leather, it's actually not a terrible price for like $300 some.
That's
Oh, yeah. It's not nearly as bad as I thought it would be, actually.
Yeah.
same.
So anyway, in case you're wondering, those are the shoes that he's wearing. Anyway,
Why are we looking at this picture?
looking at this photo now, I can't remember why I put this on the top of the list. This
The
is kind
I
of
have
hair.
boring.
something to note about this outfit.
Oh, I have something. Now I remember.
Go for it. It's probably the same thing.
You go ahead. Tell the people.
I don't
what
know
is
what
unique.
the pattern is that's going on the inside of his jacket. He's holding it in
Yes.
his arm, but there is some sort of pattern on the lining of his jacket.
I love it.
It looks maybe like various like cityscapes almost. Like it looks like buildings to me.
That's actually
doesn't
not
seem
what I was
correct.
going to point out. So for the people who don't know, we were looking at a picture of Nico Hischier from the very first preseason game at the Rock. Okay, the reason why I put this on the list, I couldn't remember because honestly, the suit is boring.
Yeah, it is.
Minus the pattern on the lining.
Yeah.
Notice what he's not wearing.
Beanie.
A beanie.
The man let us see his hair.
Yeah.
It's
His
great.
hair looks nice.
He has probably some of the best hair on the team, honestly.
I think
Definitely.
so.
It's up there.
10 out of 10 outfit. On its own outfit, 6 out of 10. This
Yeah.
outfit, no beanie,
It's
10 out of 10.
Bland.
Perfect.
It's still blue, so it loses some points for me.
I like
But-
blue. Okay, moving on next. I'll rank them at the end.
Okay.
Okay.
Sarah, please tell the people who this is a picture of.
This is a picture of Paul Cotter, and I had to tell you that this was a picture of him and not the elf man.
His ears are just a little elf-like.
They're cute. He's
They're
got
cute.
little
Yeah,
elf
they're
ears.
cute ears.
I thought it
Yeah.
was the next picture because the ears look pointed. The third one
yes.
down.
Okay.
I
His
thought
ears
you
are
were
also pointed,
saying
but we
in a different
know
way,
who
though.
this is. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, in no
Sorry,
universe was
I'm
I
all
looking at the next
over-
picture. I'm really tired.
Future.
Picture
Alright.
and whatever. Anyway.
We know who that is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Paul Cotter. That's who this is.
I when I initially saw this arrival photo, I was like, maybe that's Paul Cotter. But then I was like, no, this is a middle-aged man with a mortgage. That's not
Yeah.
Paul Cotter.
This man works like on Wall Street. Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. He's got like the fancy little water bottle and
Yeah.
the watch on. Like this man is on his way to like read a spreadsheet or something.
Yeah. He has a business job. He does spreadsheets.
And he does them while wearing my favorite, the plum suit,
The purple
Yes.
plum.
the purple plum. It's a plum suit. It's perfect. The
Yeah.
shirt even almost has a slight lilac tone to it. Like it's clearly
It
white,
does.
but it's like it's the right undertone.
Mhm.
You matched undertones. I love that. I've said it before and I've said it again. A plum suit will always get a mention on the red carpet
Mhm.
report. Yeah, this man works on Wall Street. The slacks are pressed.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, 10 out of 10, Paul Cotter. Look at me. I'm being so nice. I'm giving such high
You
scores.
are. Yeah. Well, it's the fresh start, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
a new
Everything
me.
feels new. Yeah.
But you know what
Whoa.
isn't new? You know what's familiar?
Mm,
Besides Nico being on this list.
Well.
Okay. Someone who never had a chance to be on this list because last time he was on
Oh,
the
yeah.
team, we weren't making the show yet.
That's true.
Does that feel weird?
This is his first appearance on the red carpet. Oh,
Welcome
wow.
to the red carpet, Tomasz Tatar.
Wow.
I had no idea who that was.
I honestly
Shannon, what?
Are you kidding?
I'm not so great with the faces
man.
when we do this. I'm like numbers on jersey and heights on the ice.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah, that's tuna.
Oh my gosh. He's really serving Richard Armitage in the face right now.
He is. You're right.
Yeah. This
I
is a
love this
beautiful,
suit.
like powder blue plaid suit. Also, slacks are pressed.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
love the like light brown leather shoes.
Oh, yeah.
Losing points for the lack of socks. I don't want
I
to see
was
that bare
Just
bit of
gonna
ankle.
say yes. I absolutely agree on that.
Put those slutty ankles away. Yeah, no, this is a great outfit. Welcome to the red carpet report, Tomasz Tatar.
Great color.
Wow.
Great start.
So I'm going to rank these three before I talk about the next image.
Yeah. I think that's
Okay.
good.
All right.
Yeah.
So obviously, this is the first red carpet report of the season. So
Mhm.
It sure is.
yeah, I got to set the tone. Like for this is an important component of the Best Boy Award later on in the season.
It is.
So coming in third place.
Third place.
Yeah,
Third
I've added a third place.
All right.
There has always been a third place, guys. Since like episode 2 or something.
Ever since I've been indecisive, which is the whole time. Coming in third place,
I
Tomasz
think we know who it
Tatar.
needs to be. I disagree.
Slutty
Whatever.
ankles. I don't want to see those.
Yeah, but the suit is more interesting
Yeah.
than Nico's is.
Listen, it's
not
my
the pattern suit.
list.
I know. I'm just saying.
You have a veto. You
I'm
can
just saying,
use
no,
it.
I'm not using it yet.
Because Sarah cannot see, she could just see Allie throwing arms, but not
Yeah,
the
I
face
can
and the
only
reaction.
see your fingertips every once in a while. I can't see.
Wait,
your
really?
face.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, your camera's
Wait,
pointed at the
Do you
ceiling.
need me to sit up?
Or if we,
Is that
There you go.
better?
Fine.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, now I can see you.
Okay.
Hi.
Oh, I thought
Hi.
you did that on purpose this whole time.
Me too.
I didn't know you can see me. Coming in second
right.
place.
Fine.
A very solid second place.
Fine.
A very respectable second place is Nico Heischer.
Yeah,
Okay. I feel like justice has been served.
I agree.
Yeah, no, honestly, I have to acknowledge the not wearing a beanie because I spent all last season begging for this man to show us his hair.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the suit, yeah, it's
You
kind of
did.
boring.
And he's got clean sneakers.
But you know what? As nice as those sneakers are, I can never give full marks if you're not wearing dress shoes.
Mm-hmm.
I like the dress
True.
shoes.
This is true.
They look nice.
And that means coming in first, also on his first ever appearance on the red carpet report,
Yeah, that's true.
Paul Cotter.
Woo.
The perfect plum suit.
Purple plum.
It's very pretty. All right, Allie.
All right.
What's happening in this last one?
So to get me back in the swing of like recording, I was listening to an old episode of ours, and it was the episode we did discussing the Stadium series last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I talked about how I just love I just love a silly little outfit. And I
Yes.
love when you make the team wear a matching silly little outfit.
Yeah.
So as we know, the Buffalo Sabres are in the, international games. They're playing the
Mhm.
home opener with the Devils in Prague. But they had a little bit of a start to their trip. They hopped over to Munich for a preseason game and showed
Oh?
up in. Shannon, would you please tell the people what they showed up in?
They're wearing lederhosens.
They sure are.
And
I love it.
there's a lot of, I don't know why it feels scandalous.
There's a lot of
with
knee.
the sock
Leg.
and then the short. It's so weird.
Yeah,
The
there's a
shorts
lot of
are like a little
mid-leg.
bit short,
Yeah.
a little bit slutty, and I love it. There's just a little bit of thigh showing.
Exactly.
It's great. I don't know who this guy is, but like,
I can't even
hell yeah.
tell. But
Oh, he's killing it with his hair and the glasses.
It's
There's
incredible.
just something about it.
It's such a good look. And I don't know what's embroidered on them, but it looks like some sort of like florally kind of thing on
It
the leg.
does.
But I just love this.
I do too. It's silly.
It's silly. It's fun. This picture, you can't even tell, but they had the hats.
Oh, they did?
They
yes,
did?
They had the matching hats.
Oh, wait, is that why I saw that picture of Lindy Ruff with one of those on?
Yes.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I saw that and they compared it to, there's a scene from the show that you guys, I don't think I've seen. It's called I Think You Should Leave. There's this hat sketch and somebody compared him to wearing that hat. It was so fucking good. I lost my mind.
I think this is hilarious. I think this is adorable. I think an honorable mention has to go to the entire Buffalo Sabres roster.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because it's just funny.
It begs the
is.
question, do you think the Devils are going to wear anything fun when they show up in Prague? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't
can be
either.
hopeful, you know?
I agree. Well, Sarah, a lot happened this week, and I was in the trenches of work. So can you please give us our weekly update?
So nothing really matters at this point, right? We're still deep in the midst of preseason. So technically there are no standings as of yet. That said, we have had 4 games as of recording this episode. We have not won a single one of them.
Preseason curse is broken, baby.
Preseason curse is definitely broken.
Might be creating a new one.
0-7.
Wow.
It might be a new one.
I believe it.
And I think they're going to
Which-
go 0-7 completely because at this point, the main squad is on their way to Prague.
Yeah, exactly. They're gone. So I don't have high hopes for the rest of the preseason.
What
But
if
that's okay.
What if the AHL squad goes out there and just cleans up the
And you
second
just
half of
crease
preseason?
everybody? That would be.
Do we just leave the main squad in Prague then?
We leave in Prague? I don't know.
And just complete the season without them?
Andre Palat would probably be fine with it. He's got a home there, I think.
Yeah.
So,
Well, let's talk about the first of these 4 games. Allie and I went in person.
Hell yeah, we
hell
did.
yeah.
The vibes were good. It was
Yeah.
kind of cool because
It's
it
good.
wasn't like super crowded, but there was still like
Okay.
the energy and like excitement for the new season.
Yeah.
So that was fun to see. I don't know if you want me to get right into it or if you
know,
want to
I
take it
think
first.
The beauty of preseason is that nothing matters and we can just talk about silly shit as
All
if
right.
we don't do that already on this
I
podcast.
want to know about the experience. What was it like? Because I can't go there. I don't know when the next time I'm going to be at the Rock
Stop,
is,
that just
so-
broke my heart.
Yeah, I have a couple of notes about that in this because I was feeling real emo.
Aww. Shannon,
Well,
tell
anyway.
her about what you saw, that you were there was
Yeah.
a thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
there were multiple things that I was
Okay.
super excited about. Let's talk about the fire and the black bubbles. But I'm mostly
Yeah, what's that
excited
mean?
about the black bubbles.
I don't know
So-
what the black bubbles is.
You remember how like there was this crazy video with metal music that was like the intro for the Devils that
Oh,
we
yes.
saw one time and never saw it again.
Like a
never
couple
again,
years ago. Yeah.
I can't even find it on YouTube. Well,
Nope.
they started with these black bubbles coming up on the Jumbotron and they would
Ooh.
like come at you super fast, slow down, and then they all started turning red and kind of like as if like a laser was turning on in the middle of them. And it
Okay.
gave me like the very same vibe as that video.
Okay.
And I was like, "Oh, what is this?" And it was a new intro video, but it was you could tell it was half the video, like it was like a teaser for what they're going to do during the
Yeah,
first
they definitely
home game.
had like the shots of the players were all recycled from last season.
Yeah,
because I don't think they'd
Mhm.
had their media day
Mhm.
like
Oh,
full
okay.
like content yet. So I wouldn't be surprised if they recut this video with the new media day content, but with
Probably.
the new
Yeah.
graphics.
But
Yeah.
that's what was exciting. The black bubbles, the new graphics. So I was like, yes, bring me
Yeah.
into this. I don't know where they're going with it in the red lights, like what the theme is, because last season, I'm getting too deep into this. They had like the devil logo pulsating on the ice and it had like the neon lines, like the devil's logo outline would line up, and it was very like movie intro themed was the vibe. I don't know why, but these black bubbles just brought me right into like James Bond Spy. And that's where I want this media day to go. I don't know who comes up with these things, but I'm feeling it. And
what sort of music? Did it have music with it?
It did. It was definitely like epic trailer war music.
Oh, okay.
It was. It might have been the same music from last year, recycled, or super similar.
Remember.
But the best part, Sarah, I feel like somebody was listening.
Someone read your diary.
They might have.
Really?
I do write down notes in Google. They could have just been stolen. I really don't know.
God, can you imagine what someone would see if they hacked into our Hot Girls Hockey Google folder?
Woo, a lot of colors. So they lit the ice on fire. They had the word devils lit up in fire.
Projected fire.
Projection.
Oh, I thought you meant literally on the ice.
I wish. I know.
Do that?
Vegas would do that.
Probably.
We should do that. But it was so exciting because I remember we talked about that last season when Allie shared the Kraken's opening video with us, and they had like the waves and you felt like you were in the ocean. I'm like, why don't we just do fire on the ice? I was like, I don't understand what this missed opportunity, why we're not doing. And they did it. And it was great because they had like the two lines as if someone skated from the Devil's entrance across the ice. It was cool. I was excited. And this is only preseason. So I'm hoping they do a bunch of like fire graphics, and they are like, we need to catch up to what the Krakens and the Golden Knights are doing.
That's exciting. I love hearing that.
I want more fire. Honestly, that was the most exciting thing and only noteworthy thing about this game for me.
The most exciting.
One other thing.
So the most exciting thing to me about this game is that the Devils played a strong first period.
They did. Very much.
They did. They came out looking alive, alert. They were proactive. They weren't playing catch up. And I was feeling that little, speaking of bubbles, I was feeling a little bubble of hope rising up in my heart. And then Nico scored the first goal with a Jesper Bratt assist. And I was like,
love it.
It's because he didn't wear the beanie. This is the magic of letting the people see your hair.
Maybe.
I just realized what Sarah was going to say is the most important thing.
Oh, no.
That's the most important thing. Nico scored first.
We took the first point.
We took the first point. Yeah.
1-0.
I totally forgot.
Yeah.
Wow. And I said we wouldn't.
I really thought that 1-0 them was going to hit me like a truck, and it didn't.
Not this day.
Not this day. You know what else we had this day? We got the soft debut of Jacob Markstrom. I'm saying soft because it's not official right. It doesn't matter yet.
Yeah.
But he did very well. He had multiple high danger saves in the very first period, and that man was doing cartwheels. He was locking it down. We were cheering in the stands. The people were clapping. Mm-hmm. The people were feeling great. Then the second period happened, and you know what? Who gives a shit?
Well,
it's preseason, so it's fake.
It is all fake anyway.
None of it matters.
I was going to say the second period, like the first period, I was like, oh my gosh, new season. All the things I said in the first episode, it might happen. It was just all wishful thinking because the second period reminded me, oh no, this is the Devils.
It felt very much like last year.
Nothing has truly changed.
Not yet, at least.
Sarah, you were watching the broadcast, and can you explain to me, because I saw everyone at home talking about this on Twitter, but what was going on with the scorecard?
It's just really ugly. It looks really unfinished. It's got just not that it has to have an outline or anything, but there was nothing really separating the time from the team name from the score. There wasn't a power play timer. It just was all one color for each bar on top of each other, and it just looked just
weird,
just low quality. I think it was just ugly. Maybe they'll fix it eventually.
Yeah, this game just I don't know how else to say it. We lost.
I mean, yeah, we needed them to, though. We needed them to lose.
I don't know why I'm so
because we needed to break the curse
from last year.
Yeah. They needed to break the curse.
First off, just break the curse. You know,
true.
just get it over with. So first time loss, that's fine.
Yeah.
I think. And I think everyone, like, on Twitter at least, was in good spirits after this. Everyone was, like, pretty chill.
Yeah.
With this being a loss.
Yeah.
Because we saw some good stuff, you know?
Did
like,
see some good stuff.
Like, Hamilton came back, and he was, like, really taking every opportunity that he had.
Yeah.
Jason Markstrom gave a good show. Like you were talking about, Nico scored first.
No, actually, this note says Nisho.
Well, yeah. So Roman was very sleep deprived, and he kept saying Nisho Hickire after he scored. That was it. No, nothing else. Just Nisho Hickire.
That's amazing.
But can I just say, I do the same thing when I'm sleep deprived. It's called a spoonerism, and like you swap the syllables in words. And like instead of saying, I don't know if I've said this before on the podcast, but like instead of saying rainfall, if I'm really tired, I'll say Rolfane.
Oh.
And so he swapped the SH and the C sound in the first and last name. I've done this so many times.
Yeah.
I'm freaking out over here. I do this all the time.
Yeah.
Like I have
probably.
speech issues. But I think I'm getting enough sleep. Maybe I'm not.
Well, it's not necessarily just related to sleep, but you can just do it all the time. But yeah, in English, it's called a spoonerism when people swap syllables like that.
Well, yeah. I'm going to look that up.
Nisho Hickire.
But yeah, Nisho Hickire scored first. Jesper Bratt assisted. And then later on, we had a little swapperoo. Jesper Bratt scored and Nisho assisted.
Yes. Oh, I loved watching that back to back. That was cool. It's just like,
I love when Jesper gets mad and just immediately scores. That's such a fun moment every time.
Yeah, they just need to piss him off a little bit.
They should.
Put a little Tabasco. What?
On the sandwich.
Yeah, on the sandwich
that we're making.
Yes.
That sounds good though. I like a Tabasco.
That's right. Nico Dawes made an appearance, which was nice to see because, it seems like they're probably going to go this season with like the duo of Jake Allen and Jacob Markstrom. Oh, the two Jakes. I didn't even realize that.
Oh, they are. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's nice to know that they're keeping Nico Dawes around and still going to try to develop him because I like him.
I agree. I think he's got a lot of good potential.
Yeah.
Me too.
Can you tell us about Markstrom's helmet? Was that his old helmet? Because I think this was before they debuted the new one.
No, it was. This was his new one. So he has two, right? But the first game he wore the the one that has, it's covered in like all these like scrolls that are talking about the Jersey Devil and stuff. And on the one side, it's got this goat and it is the sickest thing I've ever seen. I absolutely love this helmet.
I'm Googling.
The other one, he didn't wear in this game. It doesn't matter, but it's sick as hell. It's got this big skull on the back, like on the top of it, and there's blood splatter across the cage on the front.
Oh,
it's so good.
Wow.
So I gotta give him props for that. He's got the coolest helmets. Let's see. The rest of my notes on this are just me not knowing who so many of these players were because so many of them are from like the AHL and stuff.
I know. It kills me every time.
All these numbers on the ice. I'm like, who's that? I don't know you. All these players. Who's White? Who's Schwelzer? Who are you? I've never heard of you.
Yep.
Apparently, I don't pay enough attention to the Utica Comets, but whatever.
I learned who Stillman was just because he lost a blade during the game.
Oh yeah, he's been around.
Wacko. Well, I didn't know who he was. But now I will forever remember.
It was funny sitting there watching the game, and all of a sudden, I see. Just like clearly we're like up in the nosebleeds.
Yeah.
And I see what's clearly a blade sliding across the ice. And I turned to Shannon. I was like, did someone lose their blade? But everyone's still kind of skating around. And
gameplay continued.
And then all of a sudden you see Stillman hopping on one foot.
I was crazy because he first pushed because I think he knew the blade wasn't there, but just tried anyway.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh.
Honestly, he stayed on his feet longer than most people would without one blade.
Yeah, the fact that he didn't fall.
Yeah, it's kind of impressive.
I have one last thing that I want to mention on this.
Yeah.
I don't know how widespread this was. I only saw literally one tweet about this, but it is important to me because I'm watching The Sopranos for the first time. And I've heard that there's some new hype video that's Sopranos themed, and I need to know what this is. So next time you guys are there, if you happen to see anything that is that, let me know. I want to know what it's about because now I'll understand the reference.
Okay.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I'm just going to record everything and send this to you. And be like, is this Sopranos?
Is this the Sopranos?
Is it pronounced Sopranos or Sopranos?
So I always thought it was Sopranos, but they say it's Soprano on the show a lot.
I have no idea.
So I've been doing that, pretending that I'm Italian. I don't know.
The Soprano.
Yeah.
Oh God, get us out of this game. Where'd they go next?
Anyway, yeah. Let's
All
move
right.
on.
Next, we played the Canadiens. I did not watch this game because I was in the trenches at work.
Okay, well that's fine because I didn't watch this game because none of the popular boys were playing.
Yeah.
So like
I did.
listen.
So.
What did we miss?
And there's not a whole lot to say because this was a shutout. Unfortunately, we had some weird lines going on for this game because, like you said, well, popular boys were not playing in this one. So on the front line, I don't remember who it was. Was it the meat line fully? All I remember is Nate Bastian was there.
I guess that is the meat line.
The meat line is Cotter, Lazar, and Bastian.
Yep, Bastian on the first line. Hello. Yep. Love that for him.
So that is the one and only time that will ever happen, I think.
Or Nate Bastian.
Nate Bastian, first line winger. So that kind of tells you where this game was in terms of offense.
I love that you had to watch
defense happening in this one too. And I watched this game in French.
That just adds
there was no English stream for it for some reason. So that was interesting to try and understand what they were trying to say. I didn't catch any don't worry about it or anything, unfortunately. Actually, no, there is one in there. I did put one in the end.
Okay.
I love this note that's they score again, but l'interférence.
Yes, because they said that, or maybe they didn't. I don't know. We were laughing about it at least. We were making fun of it if they maybe said that or not.
That's
which
amazing.
was nice because that l'interférence, they took away a goal that was scored on us. So
hey, so the shutout's slightly less embarrassing.
Yeah, it was a very uneventful first period. Montreal scored not too far into the second one. It switched out.
Holy shit, there were 12 penalties in the game?
There were so many penalties in this game on both sides. It was literally just going back and forth. It was 4-on-4, I think, at one point. Maybe not. I don't remember. It was 5-on-3. That's what it was. Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Not a whole lot of defense going on in this game. Yeah, so that's the thing that I had put in the don't worry about it just in case, because it's just really bizarre. So they, underneath the score at one point, it wrote the words filet desert. And I was like, well, what in the world does that mean? It means empty net, but filet desert. Filet desert.
Wow.
And they sure got their filet desert at the end of this game. It was a disappointing game, but what do we expect, with the team that we had out there?
It's okay. We got filet desert out of that, and that's super satisfying.
Filet desert is worth 1,000 words.
Yeah. It was worth me watching this whole game in French.
Well, that energy kind of brought us into the next game.
Yeah.
Because on the 25th, they played the Washington Capitals. And I was on the phone call with my sister. So I came kind of late into this game, and I finally turned it on because my first reminder that it was playing was a sudden text message from my friend who lives outside Washington, D.C. that just said, quote, "Fuck the Devils."
Oh.
And then followed by a screenshot of the scorecard from the broadcast that showed the Devils were up 1-0.
Wow.
And I was like, hey, look at that. I'm going to turn the game on. And I think I shouldn't have done that because as soon as I turned the game on, second period starts and the Devils decide to give up 3 goals. 2 of them quickly back to back, which I found out about because my stream was a little bit laggy or something, but I got a text from my friend saying, oof, another one.
Yeah.
When your a friend who's a fan of an opposing team starts sending you sympathy messages, you're really cooked.
Yeah. Then it's really sad.
this was the first of the preseason games where I started to see some lines that I was suspecting were maybe more similar to what they will be starting the season with.
Some actual ones, maybe.
Like you mentioned, they had Nico and Jesper Bratt playing together, which I love. That's a winning combination.
Keep them together, I think.
But Jack was not playing the first couple of games. And Jack Hughes was back this game.
Which I did not expect. I had literally spent earlier in the day talking about how we probably won't see a ton of like the players who had been injured and had surgery over the off season playing a lot in the preseason. And then both Jack and Timo showed up that night. And I was like, okay, I guess I don't know anything.
I'm sad I missed them both.
Yeah. Oh. And it seems like the line that we'll be having is Timo Meier, Jack Hughes, Jesper Bratt.
No.
Why do you say no?
That just doesn't work.
In theory,
I get it.
Yeah.
On paper.
Yeah.
But when they play together, I don't know why it just doesn't work.
The vibes are off.
Yeah, I agree.
There is something wrong. Yeah. I don't know why. In theory, it should work.
My gut reaction is no.
So I'm glad you're not the only ones that noticed that. And I last season, Timo Meier was injured. And Jack was also fighting off an injury. And Jesper Bratt was made in a test tube to be the most perfect hockey player on planet and therefore is never in anything other but perfect form. So he was always fine. But I think that like I was like maybe once Jack and Timo are both healthy, they'll have a better chemistry. But yeah, like the vibes just seem to be off when they play
something
together.
That like doesn't work.
I agree. I think it's just a combination of the three of them.
There's something about it.
Yeah.
Jack Hughes and Jesper Bratt, great.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
It's the Timo and Jack.
Jesper, but
and
Timo
Jesper.
and Jack and Timo and Jesper doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
And I wonder, like, because I didn't think they were going to put Timo back with Nico with Tatar coming back. That makes sense. Tatar and Nico were always good together.
I'm making a lot of faces.
I see this.
I can't help it.
We can get into it a little bit more with the next game, but I just don't know where, I kind of start to understand why Lindy Ruff was putting these in a blender a little bit. Because there appears to be a little bit of a pickle where like you try to move one of these guys and then you have to shift all of them.
Yes,
and
you do.
My brain can't figure out where they work best.
Right. What is the correct sandwich layering that we need to be doing here?
Sometimes I really think about this. I would love to ask the players who they want to play with. Be like, like in high school, you like pick your dodgeball
pick
team.
Your buddy. Yeah.
I want them to pick their dodgeball teams for their lines.
That just makes me think about how when I played violin in our strings class, they never let me and Juliana be stand partners. They always put us with the boys who...
What?
Like, and they put like a girl, like student with a boy to like get them to like pay attention and focus.
No, they let us do whatever we wanted.
They never let me and Juliana be stand partners, which also might be because she's much better at playing violin than I am. And they didn't want me to drag her down. I think about that. Let us play together.
Yeah.
It would have been great. Anyway, this game kind of went downhill pretty quick. And at some point, believe it or not, apparently people started booing the Devils. Like Devils fans, allegedly. I wasn't at the game, but like people online were saying, and apparently some people could hear it on the stream.
It's preseason.
They're
you. Harsh, guys. Yeah.
Like it's not even the right lines, the fully right line. Like it's not the team yet.
And even if it is, like
I don't want them to kill themselves to win.
Yet. Yeah,
yes, they're preparing. Their first game is international. They're going to be jet lagged. Like they're
really
conserve their energy.
Right. Like this is
wasted
warming
on
up.
A preseason game.
Like I wouldn't even try that hard. I'd be like, I just want to be flexible.
Yeah, you're just like trying things out. You're getting back in the swing of it. I think Jack and Nico heard all the losers booing and took it personally because they decided to score late in the game to almost, to bring it within reaching distance, 4-3 in favor of the Caps. I think one of these goals was a filet dessert For the Devils? Does that count when you pull your goalie? Can you still call it filet, dessert? I'm going with dessert.
Yeah, that's an empty net.
There's an empty net there. I don't know.
Yeah.
In any case, they didn't win, but they scored. And then, it ended in a different kind of filet dessert.
It did.
Honestly, like if people started booing me in the preseason, I would just like set the arena on fire.
The person I would turn into.
I would stop trying.
Right. I would literally just drop my stick on the ice and be like, okay.
Bye.
And just walk off. I'd be like, you want to be like this?
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I have so much rage and I'm not even the person being booed.
I would be infuriated. Connor McDavid refusing to come out to accept the Conn Smythe trophy would have been nothing compared to the reaction I would have. If you fucking booed me at a preseason game.
That's so bad.
Guys,
chill out.
Like I would be throwing things from the ice into the audience. Like Eric Holla
start taking off pieces of your uniform. Just like take a glove.
Throwing helmets out there.
I would take my stick and just throw it straight up into the Jumbotron.
Like Jack Hughes smashing
it would fall and break everything.
His stick on the net after after multiple games makes more sense when you think of the people he's dealing. Don't fucking boo.
No, it drives me nuts. So,
drives me insane.
You're not happy. I get it. Chill out a little bit.
Yeah, take a Xanax.
This doesn't matter that much yet.
Go for a walk.
I guess what always like kills me about like the booing your own team. It's like I always think about when you're rooting for a friend or a teammate or your child. When they do bad, you don't boo them. You encourage them and you cheer more. I just don't understand why in hockey specifically we not we, but the general fans boo.
Yeah. If you're my figure skating coach, you throw your hands up and go, Alexandra, we've done this before. And then I go, I know.
But even still, he's not booing.
No, he's telling you we've done it before.
Oh.
I have so much rage now. Not ready.
Does anyone else got anything to say on this game? I see there's another pronunciation of Nico's name here.
Broadcasters are just making it more complicated than they needed to. Nico Hischier.
Hischier.
No reason. They don't need to do that.
Don't they know it's Nisho Hikier?
They should know it's Nisho Hikier. At the beginning of this one, good exchange happened. Roman was like, who even is Washington? I've never seen them play. I was like, yeah, you definitely have. Like, you've definitely heard of them at least. Like, Alex Ovechkin's the captain. He's probably like the most famous hockey player right now. How do you not know who the Washington Capitals are? He's been a little sleep deprived this whole week. He's doing overnights like every night. So.
Oh, poor boy.
Yeah.
Sarah's has so many smart thoughts here.
It was mostly just me like keeping track of what was going on so that I didn't forget later on what happened in this game. There were a couple of like missed chances, just like getting robbed at the very last second. Like there's a moment that Nason was right on the doorstep, absolutely got robbed. I literally wrote, I can't believe it. I was so sad. I wrote, uh-oh, guys, after they scored twice at 30 seconds.
Ooh.
My phone got very confused after I turned this game off because it was time for The Sopranos again. And my little Google widget said that the score was 5-1, but the Prudential app told me that it was 4-2, which meant that we had scored at that point. I didn't know what was going on. I was watching Tony Soprano do his little activities. And then I think we texted, I was going to write this in my notes and then you texted us in the chat, but it was so close. We could have made it a 6-3.
They should have.
They should have. This was fun.
The Devils should have scored an own goal just to make this a classic 6-3.
They could have scored an own goal, but I think somebody else can handle doing that one.
Put a pin in it.
We'll put a pin in that.
Yeah. After that sad game, let's talk about the next sad game.
They played the New York Islanders again on the 27th. This was a really exciting game for me.
I don't know.
You only play within your division in preseason.
Yeah, but there's others.
Oh.
Yeah, but you want to play the Penguins?
Yeah. Maybe you got a chance at that.
They are rapidly aging.
Yeah.
Oh, and Yager finally announced he's retiring.
He did. Well, he's not playing for them anyway, but
Yeah.
Well, let's get into it. I'm looking at this picture and the angle is extremely disorienting.
Right.
It is extreme.
It's upsetting.
Wow.
I put a picture in here because something that was exciting about this game is that it was the last preseason game with like the main squad before they leave for Prague. So, we would expect that this is the game that maybe we're seeing them experimenting with the lineup that they anticipate using during most of the season, more or less. Because, there's still some people like Pesci fighting off injuries who haven't returned yet.
I'm so sad.
So what we see here is our top line, Meyer, Hughes, Bratt. Okay.
Again,
Not to be a little bit of a stickler, but I just feel like whatever line Nico's on should be the first line. And I know that's because I'm biased.
But he's the captain. It should just be the first line.
Yeah.
Why is the first line got the Jack Hughes on it?
Just switch line 1 and line 2.
Yeah.
And it would make more sense.
Yeah.
I agree.
But whatever. Then we have a familiar line from 2 seasons ago, Tatar, Heischer, Mercer.
Works.
Yeah.
It's good.
That was when
Solid.
This was the line that gave birth to the It Boy segment. This was It Boy Dawson Mercer
Actually is,
era.
yeah.
That's true.
Then we have third line Palat, Holla, Nason.
Okay.
Works.
And then we get our meat line. Hate that. Cotter, Lazar, Bastian.
Who coined that?
The
broadcast?
I don't know.
Sheldon Keefe, maybe?
I'm not sure who said it.
Huh.
She's kind of
Do you
caught
think-
on.
Should we keep building another sandwich this year with the way that they're calling it the meat line?
Maybe, you know what I think they need instead, though? Like they keep building sandwiches, but what I think they need is a smoothie. Like they need something where all the ingredients are blended.
Oh, that's a good metaphor. I was thinking more like a lasagna, but that's also still just layered again.
No, brain just did stupid things. I was like, oh, that makes so much more sense for like peanut butter and jelly in a smoothie instead of on a sandwich.
No, but it does.
I said nothing.
Well,
Yeah, you could put peanut butter and jelly in smoothies.
yeah, that could probably work.
Disagree. Well, because right now we have Tabasco sauce, peanut butter, and jelly in a blender.
We can rename some of the ingredients.
We might have to.
Timo Meyer doesn't have to be Tabasco sauce anymore. He could be spirulina.
I have no idea what you just said.
It's a form of like blue algae protein that you put in a lot of shakes. It's supposed to be like good for your hair and skin and nails and stuff.
That
Will
didn't
it
help
turn
me.
into the blue wine.
That's I don't know where my sister's secret blue wine comes from, but
Yeah, probably not that.
probably not that. Probably not the
Somebody was
algae.
Oreos last season. I can't remember who, but we made somebody Oreos on this horrible sandwich.
Nico?
I'm just gonna have to
Oh,
listen
he's the
back.
Swiss cheese.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Well, but wait, it was someone who played with him because there was the awful Swiss cheese Oreo sandwich.
Oreo.
cheese.
And Tyler Toffoli was truffle oil. And somebody was Oreos. I can't remember who.
tweet at us at Hot Girls Hockey
You remember our show better than we do.
Who is Oreos?
Oh my gosh.
We'll come back to it.
But anyway, I think you're right. A smoothie
All right.
is what we need to make this season.
We need the ingredients to blend. We need them to work together and support we need them to be one. Anyway, what we did not see was a smoothie because I don't know, the vibes were still off. I was trying to say vibes were, and I just kind of
Yeah.
The vibes were still off. This isn't the "Don't worry about it" segment, but this game was really summed up for me in quotes, and it started with I was like looking down doing something, I don't know, and I hear the commentators say, and there was, by the way, MSG did not give a Devils broadcast for this. Your only option was the New York Islanders broadcast, so I had to listen to their commentators.
Ew.
And I heard them say, and he's all alone on Jake Allen. And I look up.
And he scores.
And we're right off to our 1-0 them.
30-second win.
And I don't usually get too hot and bothered about preseason because, like, it's low stakes. It's a time to play around and just kind of see what
what works.
Yeah, what works. But I'm just like so sick of hearing about the Devils goalies not being supported and watching like 3 or 4 Devils chase an opponent down the ice on a breakaway and just knowing in my heart that they're going to score.
Yeah.
I don't know if Sarah read it, but I have to say it. It says Dave's goalies.
Yeah. Okay. Listen.
It's just, I had to. It's funny. When I was reading it, I was like, who's Dave's goalie?
Devils.
Dave? Is he on the team now?
Oh my gosh.
Is he our new coach? Who's Dave?
I didn't mean to derail.
Nisho Hikier.
You know who Nisho Hikire is. It's right there in the name.
This is a mess.
It's our good old Captain Nisho.
Just like this game, because it's bad.
At one point, this was like a repeat of every time last season where I was like, it's not one mistake that leads to a loss. It's a bunch of silly, stupid, sloppy mistakes. Like Timo had a beautiful shot, like a beautiful opening on goal and just straight up forgot the puck. And the commentators go, Meyer forgot the puck. And I'm sitting there like, not to be a Monday morning quarterback, but like, that's the one thing you got to remember.
That's your job.
I'm like,
you need the puck.
That's bad.
Doesn't matter if you're playing hockey without it. You need the puck, or otherwise it doesn't matter.
It's just a little helpful sometimes. Yeah. Do you know how many shots it took for the Islanders to get 2 goals?
I bet it took 2.
3.
Okay, I was pretty close. I should gamble.
It's pretty cringe. One of the Islanders broadcasters was suggesting that like maybe the reason that the Devils aren't working as well, despite having these lines that, in theory should work really well. And he compared it to what the Islanders had gone through with their new coach midway through last season. And that's just that the Islanders have had just more time with their new coach. They've had half a season already with this guy. We've had the off season with our new coach. That's it. We haven't had that much time to figure out what works with his coaching style and what with these players work with. So even though these lines in theory make sense, we haven't had enough time of making this smoothie yet.
The blender's not turned on.
We might need to change some. Yeah, the blender's not turned on yet. We might need to change some things up still. I don't know if it's necessary. He might be onto something. I don't know.
You know, like when you take the frozen fruit out of the fridge and you like throw it in the blender and then you like...
And you forget the liquid?
Well, maybe you put the liquid in there, but it takes a while to like break it down.
You gotta like crunch it up, It's got some ice still on it,
Especially when you have like a shitty, cheap blender.
Right.
Not like one of those fancy ones. It takes a while for those blades to really...
to turn it into a liquid.
Yeah. The blending takes time. It's chemistry.
It does.
Something about this game that gave me like war flashbacks to last season is there was a turning point where, at least from a viewer's perspective sitting at home, it felt like they were playing like they were just trying to get it over with. And
no, it's the worst.
I totally know that feeling, like when you're doing something that like, you know how to do, but you're just like struggling with it for some reason.
Oh, yeah.
And you just like are like, fuck it, whatever, just get this game over with. And I feel like in those cases, you kind of just have to like go back to basics and like start over and like work on building up from the beginning again.
Yep.
I am reading your one comment, Sarah. It's so funny. It starts with guys.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's how I felt during the first game.
Yeah. And like, I know it's preseason. I know that it doesn't necessarily mean how the season's going to go. I know things can change. But during this game, the score deficit was just so drastic. I just can't help but wonder, guys, are we just bad?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I don't want to believe that the haters were right and that 2 seasons ago was just a fluke and that we are actually just bad. But I had a little moment during this game that I was like, oh shit.
Are the New Jersey Devils actually bad?
Are they actually just
bad?
No, but I got worried.
What else do I got on here? I maintain that maybe it's not just that the New Jersey Devils are bad, but maybe like every other team seems to have some sort of like extra luck, because at one point Liam Foudy scored on a lucky shot that I swear literally phased through Jake Allen's gear. Like it hit him and the puck appeared on the other side and went into the net. And you saw like Shimon Nemitz racing to try to catch that.
Nemitz was playing.
Yes.
He got over his injury.
Yes. Well, I don't know if he's completely over the injury.
Well,
he's playing.
he's
maybe
there.
like he's like
Okay.
But
babying it a little.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I'm excited.
Anytime we talk about the Islanders, I have to take a moment to acknowledge Twilight Extra Matt Barzal.
Oh yeah, Vampire Diaries. Oh, my voice.
What was that?
I don't know. Just unleashed a little demon there.
I thought that was just an audio distortion.
No, that was just my throat doing that.
You know what?
Saying Vampire Diaries.
I was
going to
say something about Matt Barzal, but I'm just going to leave it at that, actually.
All right.
We're just going to move right on.
Okay.
We got to see, speaking of little demons, we got to see the little like demon side of Nico come out at one point.
Oh, did we?
Yeah, he got a little pissed off and cross-checked. How do you pronounce this guy's name? Siplikov? Siplikov, that's right.
I think.
That's right. You're right. It's Siplikov.
Sounds right.
Yeah, I don't know. He pushed it. I don't like when people shove each other that close to the corner. Like,
Yeah.
a little bit of a dick move, a little bit of a dangerous area. Like, you could shove him into the boards and like hurt him. But anyway, yeah, the little demon came out in him and sent them straight to the power play, which I'm pretty sure resulted in a goal for the New York Islanders. So that's whatever.
Whoops.
That's
Anyway.
fine. Do
This is
silly
the
stuff.
time to do it in preseason.
Do silly
it's
stuff.
the time to have
Have a good time. Get the
Yeah.
Vampire Diaries demon out of you.
Yeah. Whatever possessed me in that moment.
well.
Just have to hope that somehow, despite this preseason going so poorly, we're gonna just pull it together. It's just gonna work. And I'm gonna keep being hopeful very late into the season.
Goon Curtis
Same.
Lazar, I think, is probably what's going to save us.
I hope so. I'm liking the spicy side of him.
Yeah.
All right. I think I have to come up with a new music sting because, Allie, you have a special segment for Sarah. What is this?
You know, Sarah does our weekly update.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, good and all when we're talking about the Metropolitan Division. But sometimes I think there's other things happen around the league. And I a question, Sarah, or really a request. Let's check in with Utah.
Let's check in with Utah. Yeah, you're right. I have been neglecting the other teams in the league when it comes to the weekly update. And this was the first time we got to see the Utah Hockey Club play, and they definitely made history with their first goal.
Yeah,
by somehow scoring an own goal for their very first goal as a league. It's an incredible way to start a franchise, and I will absolutely never forget it for as long as they exist.
Scoring on their own filet desert.
Their own filet desert, you're right.
Didn't even know
Mon Petit Filet Desert.
It could count. Like you could score your own on your
you
own
sure can.
team.
Oh yeah, and it sure counted.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So maybe we'll do some other check-ins with some other teams in the league throughout the season, in case anyone does anything silly.
Yeah,
like Utah.
I wouldn't be surprised if it continues to be Utah. I feel like that team, whether it's Coyotes or Utah, has always been wrapped up in some kind of silliness.
There's some nonsense going on there, yeah.
You can take the hockey club out of Arizona, but you can't take the Arizona out of the hockey club.
No, you cannot.
Nope. Well, let's move on into our Skirkuffle Award. I didn't think I had anything to talk about, but just more of like a general observation for the preseason so far. Why the flip are any small, tiny scuffles even happening? This is preseason. Like, I love the energy we did bring in the first Islanders game where I was like, okay, we're putting our foot down and saying, don't mess with us. This is good. But I was not expecting any physical contact after the whistle was blown. There was like two small things that I was surprised were there in the first place. It was like just some shoving over touching the goalie. I was like, this is preseason. I feel
Hey,
like
but you always got to defend your goalie, even in preseason.
that's true.
Yeah.
That is true. Everything that I said and felt last season, the opposite is happening. I think I'm going to see some fights very early on this year. I'm expecting some good stuff down the line.
I have a question.
Yeah.
It's not for a segment that we have in this episode in particular, but it's a segment that Allie has done at least once, maybe twice in this show, in her medical opinion. Did you see that one? It's not a fight, but did you see that one hit that a guy on the Canadiens took? Patrick Lane.
No.
Oh, his knee bent sideways.
Ooh.
Yeah. You should take a look at that clip because that is not a direction that a knee should ever bend. So I was going to ask your medical opinion on that.
In my medical opinion, that probably involved
It
his
looks pretty gnarly.
collateral ligaments, and therefore, by Lindy Ruff definition, he has a medium body injury.
Oh, you're right.
Oh
Thank you
my
for the
God.
diagnosis.
The knee going any direction other than like flexing forward, backwards, slight internal, external rotation, it's really frightening because there's so many ligaments holding that joint in place, and there's no way those bones move without those ligaments tearing.
For picture in the chat.
That's scary.
Oh, let me look
Oh,
at
wait,
this picture.
I'm checking it out.
That's gross.
Ah!
And the vascular
Ah!
supply. Oh,
Yeah.
That's so bad.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
broken as hell.
that's a
Yeah, it looks real bad.
that's Gumby.
oh.
You know what sucks about that too is that's definitely going to be like ligament injuries because in adults when something bends in the direction it shouldn't, ligaments break because your bones are stronger. Kids' bones break more often because their bones are weaker, but it's actually kind of better for bones to break than ligaments because bones are easier to heal. So when your knee's bending in that direction at that's like a good 30 to 40 degree angle.
Well, I hope he heals fast.
Yeah.
It's brutal. All right, Allie.
Mm.
What are the whispers on the Twitter winds this week?
Oh, I got some good ones for you. Buckle up.
Buckling.
Oh boy.
All right. Brendan
Gotta do
Smith.
it, even though we're not on video this time.
Brendan Smith.
Oh,
Forever
okay.
a devil in our hearts.
Mm-hmm.
You know, one thing the Devils never would have done for him
They should have.
that the Dallas
True.
Stars gave him the alternate captain.
Ah.
He showed up to media day with a little A on his jersey. It just brings a
As much-
tear to your eye.
It does.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm so happy for him.
Yeah.
Proud.
I'm so mad at the Devils
I
for
know.
missing this opportunity.
As much as I would love for him to be on our team, it's nice to see him appreciated somewhere
Yeah.
else.
Exactly.
That's how you know we really love him.
Need to check the schedule and see what the first Dallas game at the
Ooh.
Rock is going to be because I want to go.
We'll
Yeah.
go.
Some other interesting things I saw the past couple of weeks. A reporter wrote online that he broke the news to Sheldon Keefe that it's illegal to pump your own gas in New Jersey, as we all know that. And Keefe
Mhm.
apparently responded that he hasn't had to get gas in New Jersey since moving here because he doesn't have his own car. He's just been renting cars.
Which
So he must rent a new car before he needs to fill up.
Yes.
but the thing is, when you rent a car, you are supposed to fill up the tank before you return it. So what is he doing?
So he must just be paying for the
He's just paying the
extra
extra,
amount
I
to
guess.
fill
Paying the fine to not
Because
refill the gas. Yeah. Yeah, this
Oh
man
my
is just
gosh.
going, picking up rental cars and then not refueling them
and then returning it.
and returning it and paying the difference. Maybe he means renting cars, like renting Ubers. Like
Maybe
he's not
Yeah.
driving them.
Maybe it's just like a different term, like
Yeah.
Rent-
maybe
renting
he just
car.
doesn't know what to call it. Yeah.
Yeah.
huh.
I don't know.
That
but
would make way more sense.
I love the image of him
But-
just picking up a different rental car every
Yeah,
week.
and just dropping it off because he doesn't know what to do with it.
Also, Sheldon, buy a car.
Yeah, you're gonna be here for a little bit, in theory, right?
We hope
One would
so.
hope.
Oh gosh.
This next note here,
I'm reading.
Yager won an Emmy? Question mark?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Apparently. I saw this on Instagram the other day. It says the Penguins won a regional Emmy for Best Live Sports Program for their production on Jaromir Jagr's retirement ceremony, and Jagr is credited as a producer and writer. So
I didn't
he's
even know.
one step closer to an EGOT, I guess.
Hell
Wow. He's going for that.
I feel like he's the only one who's.
He's the only one that's got a chance of it.
I love that for him. And
Yeah,
you know what?
anyway.
Retirement is a good time to just explore the side quests.
Yeah. Finish out your EGOT, Jagr. Why not?
Would you like to hear my last morsel?
Yeah, we got to talk
of
about that
gossip?
one. Yeah.
I'm reading it right now. This is the
gotta.
first time I've seen it.
So,
What the heck?
Shannon, I'm sure you've never seen this account before. I've
Nope.
talked about it frequently, but let me
Yes.
just catch up anyone else who's listening who may not be familiar. There is a famous account on Instagram called Dumois. Dumois is essentially the modern version of Page Six. It is a celebrity gossip Instagram account. Now, the thing about Dumois is that anyone can submit a celebrity sighting or a piece of gossip about a public figure to this Instagram.
Sorry, I just read the last line.
Don't read it. Don't read it. Let me give you the firsthand experience of this.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
So,
I'm sorry. I can't help myself.
anyone can submit to these blogs like Dumois and just claim that you know someone, and you could just make shit up about them if you wanted to.
Uh-huh.
Totally.
And I think a sign that the NHL is starting to become more mainstream is that in the past couple of months in particular, I have been noticing an uptick in Dumois posts or Dumois submissions involving NHL players. And I also am wondering too what the Amazon Prime series will, if that will affect this in any way.
Oh, probably.
Definitely.
So there was a post in this past week that was submitted and posted on Dumois.
Mm-hmm.
The subject is "Love that is viral might spiral." Let me read to you in full and in the entirety this submission to Dumois. This NHL superstar, who recently appeared on NHL 25 cover with his two brothers, may have gone viral for a video of him skating with his girlfriend. But not everything is so video perfect. Throughout the summer, while they have been apart, seems like she's been in the company of several different men, and it's not very platonic company. Guess that's what happens when you date the girl who wanted your brother first.
What the flip is
That-
that?
I just got to give you some snaps for that reading of it because that was perfect.
Thank you. One of the funniest things about Dumois is that they never say the name of the person. I think this is like a legal loophole because if you
Probably.
say Jack Hughes'
Oh.
girlfriend is cheating on him, his girlfriend can be like,
That's slander.
that's slander.
Yeah.
So you use these little like clues, like NHL superstar who was on the cover of a video game with his two brothers. So that
it could
way,
be any of them.
it could be any of the three of them. So they can't bring you to court.
Yep.
What do you guys think about this rumor and its plausibility?
Okay.
Go
the
the only
for
thing
it,
that I
Sarah.
have to say about this is not about the rumor itself. It's just what I said about this earlier, in that this is written like the back of a book blurb for a YA novel about a hockey romance.
It
Yes.
is.
Yes.
Even with the tagline, "Love that is viral might spiral."
It's
Are
the
you
name
kidding
of the
me?
book.
They would print that on the cover.
They would. Yes, that's what happened when you date the girl who wanted your brother first. Come on.
This is like
this isn't a book.
This is a Wattpad description.
Yeah.
I have. First off, which
always-
brother? That's my question.
Oh, what do you
Oh,
mean?
you don't know?
No, I guess maybe there's
Oh,
other
wanted your brother,
context that
you
I
mean.
don't understand.
Oh.
Which are you? It's Jack Hughes they're talking about.
No, I know that, but I guess
But
that's what
who
happens when you
wanted
date
your
the girl
brother?
who wanted your brother
Oh,
first.
yeah,
brother?
right.
Which brother?
I think Luke
Okay.
is the accusation.
Probably. Yeah.
I thought it was really
Based
funny.
on nothing, but
Based on
This is
nothing.
nothing.
Based on the same nothing that this is probably based on.
yeah,
By the
exactly.
way, like if-
Also, I thought he was single again. Am I
who
crazy?
fucking knows? I don't
know.
pay attention.
Okay.
I don't care.
I
He's
don't
like
care.
what?
Yeah.
23? I don't give a shit what he does.
Literally, do whatever you want, Jack Hughes.
Yeah.
Like nothing.
Oh my
like,
gosh.
It does not matter to me.
It literally does not. But I think
But it's
this
also so fake. Like this is
Yes.
a bunch of bullshit.
Yes.
I just can't get over the tone of the writing. It's so theatrical.
And like you pointed out, video being in quotes.
Yeah.
As if that's a phrase. Video perfect.
Video
What's that mean?
perfect. Instead
That's not a phrase.
of like you could have gone with picture perfect, but
Yeah.
My
We want to
favorite,
know what you meant. It still makes sense.
Ah.
the best part for me, it's not very platonic company. I just cannot.
I just feel like something that someone should do that is maybe borderline unethical is just like start submitting some fake NHL drama to Deuxmoi to just see how much of it they'll publish.
Right.
I wonder if that's what this person was doing.
Right?
No, they had a grudge. They are mad about Jack Hughes' girlfriend.
Yeah, yes, 100%. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Anyway, that's everything I've heard on the Twitter wins this week.
Those were good whispers.
Those are good. Those are good ones.
All right. So let's not worry about any of that and move on into don't worry about it, because this is the segment where we don't worry about it, because sometimes I'm saying random shit and the announcers do it too. I'm so excited because this is our first official don't worry about it segment of the season. And you guys brought some goodies. So let's start off with then Lindy Ruff went bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. What context was this? Because
The context was Lindy Ruff went bye-bye.
it's hysterical because like it's a new season, but
It was the Islanders commentators just talking about the Devils and the experiences they had last season. And they were just being like, blah, 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 blah. And then Lindy Ruff went bye-bye.
It's the best way they could have put it.
Yeah.
He sure did go bye-bye.
Yep. He
next
sure did. Okay.
next we got everything that could go wrong went wrong.
Oh,
This is the Islanders commentators in regards to the 23-24 Devils.
Sorry, I just realized my typo says 34.
Somehow
it sure does.
I
doesn't
worked
it?
through it.
I didn't notice that either.
This could be a very bad omen. Everything that could go wrong went wrong. I wrote
23
23
to
to 34 Devils.
Oh no, we're not gonna. We're not.
Ooh.
I'm knocking on wood. I'm gonna do everything that I can. This is not happening.
I'm definitely worried about that.
Nope.
All right,
let's
we're not
move
worried.
on.
We're not worrying.
Okay.
We're not worrying about it. It's not happening.
Next we got he was in that trapezoid and then said, "Uh-oh, I can't play that." This was during the Capitals broadcast.
Yeah.
Who was in that time? I don't know.
He was in that trapezoid.
And said, uh-oh.
I can't play
Uh-oh.
that. I love that.
I love the tone that some of these have. Lindy Ruff went bye bye, and then he said, "Uh-oh."
They're just silly goofy.
It's really silly, goofy.
Next we got, wow. Are we sure I didn't say this one? Those pads looking like pinball flippers.
I'm going to start saying this one. That's just a perfect visual.
It is, yeah. Described so perfectly. I can see it so clearly.
Next we got Timo Meyer on the biscuit for the Devils? Question mark?
Is biscuit a
On the
metaphor for puck?
Biscuit?
It has to be some. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
But
Okay.
somehow I've never heard that.
I'm not good with metaphors. I'm
I'm
realizing.
not good with these. Yeah.
I pictured this one way too literally. Like he's literally like on the ice on a massive
With the biscuit.
biscuit.
Yep.
It's like flying
Shannon's literal imagination strikes
We gotta
again.
do some photoshopping.
This next
Oh.
one is great.
Miss Yule with the missile.
That's so good.
That's good.
Just like props to whoever said that. That you saw your opportunity and took it.
Yep.
Good for you.
That was like Kevin Ball off the wall.
Exactly. Yeah.
Love that shit. Okay, the next one's hysterical. McDermott goes glass. I
Yeah.
do picture him turning into a glass statue
Yep.
and shattering.
Yep.
What do you know what this context was?
He's probably skating to the glass.
okay.
Probably,
Probably going to the glass.
He just
Yeah.
goes glass.
He goes glass.
He goes glass.
The next one. In the bad angle, radish melted?
I like radishes.
Mhm.
All right.
I don't think they melt very easily, though, is the
No.
thing.
No.
You can melt some cheese on them.
You could melt cheese on it, but the
It's pretty
radish
good.
themselves will not melt very easily,
No.
No.
Not
except
usually.
in the bad angle.
Only, yes, in the bad angle, the radish will melt.
Next, we got Dylan a long way away from the cooker.
Well, he better get back there. That's
Yeah.
where they're making the smoothie.
We're making a smoothie. Get back in the kitchen,
Back
bro.
in the kitchen, Dylan. We're working.
The radishes are melting. Get back in there.
The radish. You're leaving the radishes to melt.
Oh my gosh. And lastly,
God, I hate this one.
Sorry.
it's the classic.
It is.
Timo Meyer bangs it in.
Stop saying that.
Hell yeah.
This is why no matter if I even stop cursing, it will never be rated PG-13.
No, it certainly won't.
All right. Well, let's not worry about any of that and move on into our It Boy of the Week.
Hello.
Let's go. All right. What's the It Boy of this week's preseason? I have to really think about it because I watched
Yeah.
one game.
I watched all of them and I still have to think about it.
Going back to my
You know,
notes.
and this might shock you, nominate.
I actually have a nomination, and
Okay.
you're going to be shocked by my nomination.
I do too, and I have a feeling.
Nisho Hikayar.
I think I'm also going to nominate Nisho Hikayar.
Oh, wait, really? I wasn't actually going to.
Oh, wait.
I
That is my
genuinely
nomination.
am.
Wait, really?
I am
Yes.
genuinely going to nominate
For
him.
what?
Yes.
Same.
First
For
goal.
first goal
Oh,
of
yeah.
the entire preseason.
Oh, yeah.
To just get that, knock
Yeah.
that curse right out the way.
Get it going.
Wait, who are you going to pick?
Oh, I mean, I was going to say Nico as like a joke because I always do.
Well, yeah, but
But yeah, no, I'm
You
always
have
happy to
another one?
nominate Nico for It Boy of the Week.
okay.
Wow, I think we're all
We just delivered
oddly...
that right to you, and you weren't even
No, I really, yeah, wow. I
weren't
almost
even
like just
prepared for it.
handed it away. I don't think I savored it fully.
Yeah.
No.
First real It Boy of the season, and it's Nico. It kind of just
And it's
passed me
Nico.
by. And I'm almost
Yeah.
sad. Can we redo it?
Well, actually, it's Nisho. It's Nisho Hikayar. You know, since we learned a new French term, and even though it's desert, and I'm thinking about desserts now, if Nisho Hikayar was a French dessert,
Ooh.
I
Ooh.
think, I don't know if it's French or not, he's going to be a bear claw.
Ooh.
I don't think they make those gluten free. I think Timo Meyer's an eclair.
Ooh,
Dawson Mercer's a macaron.
you think?
No, I take that back.
I think Jesper Bratt. is
Jasper
more of a
Bratt's
Yeah.
a macaron. Yeah. Who's
Oh.
flan?
Siegenthaler for some reason.
Jack
Volcano
Hughes is
looking.
creme brulee.
But I like creme
Yeah.
brulee.
Okay,
You too.
listen, we don't need to make our entire personality about not liking Jack Hughes. We're a Devils podcast.
Whoa, I didn't say I didn't like him. I
We
just
know Shannon has beef with him, though.
Yeah,
We
Shannon.
established that.
creme
long time ago.
brulee in a way that I don't want to associate it with him every time I eat creme brulee.
I think you need to work through your deep-seated issues with Jack Hughes, Shannon.
we were doing okay last season.
Yeah, they went to that island together, remember?
He sure doesn't.
We'll see. We'll see how this all goes.
Yeah,
I don't. You know, we don't know.
We don't know.
we don't know.
That's right. Here at Hot Girls Hockey, we,
We don't
don't know.
We don't. You're right. Oh, shoot. We didn't do any songs. You're right.
I'm like trying to think of what's been stuck in my head this week.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's been all Conan Gray songs for obvious reasons.
Tell all of your friends that I'm crazy and drive you mad, that I'm such a stalker, a watcher, a psychopath, and tell them you hate me and dated me just for laughs. So why do you call me and tell me you want me back, you maniac?
This has been Hot Girls Hockey. Tune in next week for more sugar.
Spice.
And everything I.
If you like our show, please leave us a rating. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts and tweet at us at hotgirlshockey_. You should also check out our YouTube channel, Hot Girls Hockey Pod, where you can find all of the back episodes of our podcast and some really fun, silly shenanigans.